Okay, I'm definitely streaming. This is good. So I'm gonna go through this game. Everyone who was on TeamSpeak realized that I wasn't recording the first time I did this, so this is take two. I'm gonna go through the most important parts of it because I know that with the other video it was quite long because I was watching the game essentially for the third or fourth time. I wasn't properly comfortable with it, so this will be a quick rundown of everything. Your level 1 was very good. Like, it was good, but it didn't utilize enough things. First of all, there's like a big problem with the build that we have at the moment. Charlie, the Doran's shield was good, and it would have been good in a 2v1, but what you've done is you haven't secured a 2v1. You've denied yourself the ability to secure that the 2v1 lane by predicting that 2v1 lane, and that's as I'm sure you guys remember, they get that 2v2 and they get first blood because Zahe's allowed to free roam. So in this case, knowing that you're going to invade, and you have to invade against an Eve, like you just have to be able to see their jungle. It's like 100% necessary to be able to see an Eve's jungle at all times. So what we could have done there was either an all wards start on Charlie, which would like 3 greens or 2 greens, a pink, and health potions. That would have been optimal. The other start would have been the ancient coin with a ward and 3 pots, but that's not going to give you the same sort of vision on Zahe. And being able to see Eve when because you know she's unstealthed in the jungle, so that's when you have to be watching her. So just to make sure that everyone's on that page, that's something we could have done right now, and I'm going to point out where those wards could have gone. So I'm just going to double check it's recording still. It is still recording. Hallelujah. So let's go on. One of the wards placement should have been in this top where the ozone ward is. So in this area, this general area, it's not even, that's not visible to the turret. That turret can only see up to like that line. Anything past there, you still see this entire section. The second ward could have been into here. That gives vision of both the Wraith camp and for when Eve is going for red. That would have allowed you to see that Eve actually starts red side. So that's an important fact that allows Zahe to gank at an awkward time for you guys. So that's just something you should note. Is just to make sure that that's through. I'm going to quickly speed this up a little bit. So right now you'd have vision of them, but you don't. So you're now guessing. You would have also secured the 2v1, which is what you guys wanted. So we're just going to actually go and zoom forward to the first dragon, because after the first dragon, a fight occurs that's actually really deciding of the game. Oh, hang on, there's also a roam that happens as well that I want to point out, because it's all about grouping. One of the things I'm going to harp on about in this video a lot is grouping, and making sure your grouping is better and more efficient, because at the moment it's not efficient and it's not effective. So sorry about the ×4. Okay, let's I don't know why it's I don't know why the pause isn't working. That's interesting. But that's fine. That doesn't really matter. Actually it does matter. I'll try and why can't I pause this video? That's fine, I can just slow it down incredibly when I get to the fights that I want to watch. So I'm just going to quickly speed it up again. So you guys are... You still don't, like, one of the things that you don't have at the moment is vision. You are going to get really good vision control. So that's something you should be aware of. Now, in this fight here, this point, Flying Jew is dead. You have to assume Flying Jew is dead. Trashboat is going to get into this bush, and then he's going to turn onto Denian. That's actually a mistake. Trashboat should, instead of... You know that you're going to get the reset from Jew, and you're going to get Excited. In fact, Get Excited goes on right now. You could be running from there to about here. Now, that's going to save Chilbster from going really low, and that's because it puts him in a dangerous position at the moment. At the moment, Zahe could potentially kill him. So that's something that, like, with Trashboat here, Trashboat would not only get a reset, he would get an assist, and he would get... and he'd get the extra gold that would allow him to be further ahead. It would also keep Chilbster more secure and safe. Now, because we know that Chuffer is coming up. Joshy had already pinged out Chuffer coming up. So, just knowing that that's... knowing that's something that's going on. So, Chuffer right now is going to chase Chilbster. That's completely fine. If Trashboat was still in this area, he would not have been able to make this jump, and Chuffer would be collapsible on there. He would be dead, and that's another reset for Trashboat and another kill or assist. Then you would be able to group up into this top lane and pressure this turret. If Denian stays, he dies. If he doesn't stay, he loses experience, and you get this top turret. Now, you're going to get this top turret anyway, and you're actually going to get the kill on Denian, so it's going to end up being worth quotation marks, but just make sure that it's not even worth, because Trashboat gets neither assist on those. Zahe and Chuffer both fall without Trashboat getting an assist, and that's actually really, in terms of like small victories, that is a huge loss for Trashboat right there. You are going to get this turret, and that's fine, so the rest of the fight plays out pretty much as planned. Joshy's going to land a brilliant spear. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, Denian's dead. So just make sure that's all good. I'm just going to double check this. Everything's still going. It's still going. Cool. It's only been 7 minutes. So now let's speed up again. Let's go to 2 speed. And the next important fight is going to be around the dragon. So just making sure that this dragon fight is effective, because it's not. You guys don't really... I don't know why I'm lagging so hard. I think it's because it's on 2 times speed. I'm going to watch it on 1 time speed, just for a moment. So you force... Oh, Porky, that was a mistake flash, by the way. But that's not important. You're now going to go up towards this dragon, and that's really good. But what's going to happen from this dragon is Shelby and Porky are going to stay on the dragon and take the dragon, whilst Charlie and Trashboat go into this mid lane. Charlie's going to flash engage onto Chuffer because he goes really low from a spear, which we're about to see actually. He goes really low from the spear, and that drags Charlie and Trashboat up, because Trashboat misses the ult. Right now, you guys should be doing dragon. I'm going to actually go to 0.25 speed now. Right? You guys should be doing dragon as one. The dragon would have gone down at about the same time, maybe a little bit before, which would mean you're going to get to the most critical point of this fight a little bit faster. And I'll tell you when the most critical point of the fight is. At the moment, Charlie's about to flash engage onto Chuffer to try and get the kill. And that's going to force the all-in from Trashboat and Joshy. Like, they're not even reacting yet. Like, you guys are still auto-attacking the turret. So there was a miscommunication there, and that was ineffective. It leads to Charlie dying. The most important part is actually now. Chilbster has jumped onto this. He's seen Zahe. If Trashboat, imagine Trashboat and Charlie are here. You've now got to kill onto Zahe. Zahe is dead. He has no flash. He is dead. You're going to be able to pick up this kill. Charlie and Trashboat are still alive. Trashboat's going to get a Get Excited reset and be able to jump back into this lane and get the turret. So that's something that's really important, because I just had to make sure that stream was working. You would have been able to kill Zahe, you would have got Chuffer, you would have got Zahe, you would still have Charlie alive, and you would get this mid turret. This mid turret actually stays alive during this, because Denian missed his ult. That was the most important. Like, because he missed that ult, or he hits it onto Joshi, that you would have had this turret. But they now have the numbers to be able to force you back. And that's something that is just a matter of efficiency and being able to like get kills and kills more efficiently. So the other team fight I want to go to is a little bit forward. I'm just going to quickly jump forward a little bit, and it's going to essentially be about positioning in lane when sieging. It's one of the hardest things as a team because it's very, very hard to see as a player. So what's going to happen is Porky is going to be pushing this top lane with Jack Attack. Jack Attack is going to come down to the mid lane, but I think Denian gets killed by a spear from Joshi really, really early, so it becomes a 4v4, and Charlie comes down and makes it, Porky comes down and makes it a 5v4, and it's actually an ineffective, inefficient team fight. So I'll go through that and go through how we could have optimized how we took those turrets, because that is optimal turret taking is probably the most important skill in siege comps. So I'll go through that really quickly, make sure that everyone's on the same page. This is a much shorter version of the video I did before. I screwed it up and I wasn't recording the original. So I'm just going to triple check that this is still recording. Yay! And then I'll upload it to YouTube for you guys. So what we're seeing right now is the team fight brewing. Porky is going to go up to the top lane after this. I'm going to tab back in so that we've got the everything going. And that's something we can talk about. And we can talk about the video as well, because there's a lot of other small points that I want to talk about. So note for the video, when watching as a replay, pause it now so I can talk about the items, because that's actually really important. So what's going to happen is Porky pushes this lane up against Jack Attack, and that's really good. That's pretty much perfect play. He's going to take Jack Attack to half health. Now, in mid lane, Joshi is Zahe's sitting behind him. He's not seen, and he's getting thing. Let's go to 0.25. Let's just go down. Yep. Denian's now taking his first spear. He's on half health. Chilpster is gonna throw his Q and miss. He's not gonna hit anyone, and he goes out. Denian misses his ult. This is literally the most critical point of the fight. First of all, Porky should still be in top lane, pushing that turret. Or you could be walking down now, but as soon as Denian takes the spear, you turn around and you go to top lane. Because you now have the thing. Chilpster, you should have predicted that this ward was there, and it should be this play is really aggressive, and it's going to force people to have to try and dive to save you. Now, if we pause here, I can't really pause, but the way Joshi and Trashboat was sitting here, with Charlie sitting here, Chilpster sitting here. If Chilpster was sitting here instead of flashing over this wall, it would have stopped Zahe from being able to jump into this fight. He would never have gotten the fight. He would never been able to get into the fight. And Trashboat and Charlie sitting here. Trashboat and Joshi sitting there gets a concave of fire. And if you have a concave with your two carries in the middle, it stops any AoE engage that a team has. And that's like watching this fight, you can obviously how sloppy, like you guys should be able to see how sloppy this fight is. So that's something, you guys should be aware of, is that if you guys had made a concave around this point, Charlie's sitting here. Oh, come on, director camera. And Chilpster sitting here with Trashboat about here and Joshi here. you can siege onto this turret really effectively. Denian's dead, so you had a 4v4. Jack Attack was half health. Zahe wasn't in lane, which means that he was in the jungle somewhere. You've got the jungle entrances covered with Chubster here, Charlie there. He can't walk past them. Polymorph straight onto... you have the threat of Polymorph if they tried to engage, and Porky could take this top turret. So just like making sure that you're taking those turrets efficiently and effectively. And when we watch this video, I really want to go over the concaving of it, and I'll tell you when to pause and whatnot, because it's actually super, super important. And if you watch Koreans, not even all Koreans do it. So like, it's one of those skills that like top Koreans do. So we'll just go through that, and hopefully everyone gets something out of this.